So glad you could join me once again. So today we're going to talk about the beginning and the start of our digestion. And I believe it's very important for us to understand exactly how our gastrointestinal system works. You see, it is the one system that takes the most energy from our body. It starts from our mouth and it ends in our rectum. And throughout each stage, there's energy that's being consumed. Now, when something's wrong with our gastrointestinal health, all the energy of the body, our immune system, and all the systems of the body, their main goal is to heal and repair the gut and the gastrointestinal health. So all other inflammation, all other repairs that the body needs do not get the attention that they need to be able to repair and to heal, because all of the attention is going to the gastrointestinal system. So it's very important to understand each step of the digestion system. Well, we could say digestion because that's what it's all about. It's about digesting. It's about consuming, breaking down, passing, transport into our stomach. And in their stomach, you could say our stomach is like a container. It holds everything that we put through our mouth. It gets break down and goes down through our esophagus and goes down into this beautiful container. But some of us who have either experienced gastrointestinal distress or who are experiencing it right now, that system doesn't work as smoothly. However, the amazing thing is that God created us in a way that things can repair and things can reverse. So when we eat something, when we put something in our mouth, whatever that is, it could be something that's not even food. It could be a chemical from ultra-processed foods. Anything that we put in the mouth, the first thing that happens is that it gets moist. It has to get moist to be able to pass down. And we chew. We chew to break it down and to make it into tiny little pieces to pass down through our esophagus. We also have saliva, and saliva secretes enzymes, and one particular enzyme is alamase, and that breaks down carbohydrates. Once it's broken down, it goes down through our esophagus, transports down to our esophagus, and through our esophagus it passes our lower esophageal sphincter, LES. And in a healthy gastrointestinal system, it opens up, food goes down to the stomach, and the stomach begins its process of breaking it down even further. It closes so that the food doesn't go back up. But in many of us, that function does not work, and the food does go back up, and that's called acid reflux or heartburn. So what step is creating the most distress in your gastrointestinal issues? Is it the chewing? Is it the passing, the transport? Or is it not being able to keep it down? Because that's the first line, we should say, of defense when we're thinking about healing our gastrointestinal distress. So when we chew, are we chewing in a way that's creating these small pieces so it's easier to go down our esophagus and easier to stay down in our stomach? What types of foods are we eating? Are the enzymes that we have in our saliva strong enough to break them down? What can we do to support that? What can we do to support keeping our food down from not coming up from our esophagus? Are we wearing tight clothes? Stress? Are we rushing to eat? Because that sense of urgency sends a message to our nervous system saying, hey, you know what? There's threat. And when there's threat in the system, then there's no time to digest. So I hope this little just awareness of the first step of a healthy digestive system, or I should say a healthy gastrointestinal pathway, was very helpful for you. The most important part is that this can be healed. It can be healed because the stomach can turn new cells, repair, and replenish and renew within a couple of weeks or months. It's just creating that atmosphere so that it could do its job. So the first important step is knowing what's happening in your stomach. Many of us, we give all our authority and agency to others. And who better to know you than you? Yes, you could go get a diagnosis and you could decide what you're going to do moving forward. But most cases, when it comes to gastrointestinal health, you can repair and you can heal. The first step, as I mentioned, is to know your system, know how you work. Look forward to continuing this series, moving on to the stomach, what happens in the stomach once food hits the stomach. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. It's a very simple way of looking at the digestive system. We don't need to know all the mechanics, all the medical terms. All you need to know is how and what's happening when you put something in your mouth. We'll move forward to seeing what differences does it make when we put different kinds of foods in our mouth, and what impacts does it do to our digestive system. Listen, this is the most important thing that we need to focus on, is our digestive system, because it surrounds everything. It gives us the nutrients to keep on going, nutrients in our blood. It gives us the energy. It gives the fuel to our muscles. It is the powerhouse of our body. So it is very imperative that we understand this system like the back of our hand. So when we do get something that doesn't seem right, we know exactly what's happening. And instead of going from 0 to 10, going and getting all kinds of different antacids, going to the doctors and hearing just the plethora of things that they say. No, we know exactly what's happening, and we take agency of what we want to do. And there's so many different ways to be able to support our gastrointestinal health with natural means. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.